Hello and welcome to a special report for PNN Sports. I am Logan Moore here along with David Sokolowski and assistant coach Matty Bush for the PNC Panthers. And tonight we're going to be talking to assistant coach Bush about the state of the season. But first of all, I'd like to say congratulations on a season thus far. And I'd like to ask you, how has the season been going so far? I know this is the first season you've been here with your dad. What is that like, coaching along with your father?
It's going really well. I enjoy coaching with him. Everything that I've learned as a coach, I got originally from him. He was a high school coach for 30 years, and we have the same philosophies about stuff, and so I think we fit really well as a staff. I coached college a little bit longer than he did. I was at a Division II institution for 4 years before this, so I brought a little bit of college experience and a little bit of an understanding of it. So I think I've helped in that regard. And as our seasons progress, we've lost a few guys, but the guys we've had that have stayed on, we've really started to meld together and to come together as a team, and we're starting to play some really good basketball. And I guess our guys are starting to get it. They're starting to kind of understand what we're doing, and it's starting to show on the court.
Mm-hmm. And that's another thing I wanted to talk to you about. This season, we had a lot of new guys coming in at the beginning of the year. How long did it take for them to sort of get that team chemistry together and work together as a team and have that translate onto the court?
I don't think we're totally there yet. It's a building process. We brought in a lot of guys from a lot of different backgrounds, a lot of different environments from all over Michigan, Indiana, Illinois, and then the guys that we had that stayed on from last year. So it's still a process that we're going through right now, is trying to get those guys to really come together. And we've been doing a lot better job. We've played 3 top 15 teams in the country in the last couple weeks with Cardinal Stritch and St. X and Robert Morris, and we competed well with all 3 of them. I mean, those are teams that are going to go far in the national tournament, and if we can continue building and bring in some more recruits to fit in with the guys we already have, I think we have a real shot to be a good program.
I agree. Tonight we face the Roosevelt Lakers. We have a little bit of a height difference here. We're lacking on the inside as far as height goes for our team, and Roosevelt has several players 6'6", 6'5". How do you think we can do that, and what's your game plan against the Lakers tonight?
They do. They have a size advantage on us. We try to counteract that with using our strengths, which are our quickness, our ability to push the ball up the floor, to play pressure defense, to try to take advantage of mismatches. A guy Jarrett Ragland on our team, he's a big for us, but he's quicker than a lot of other teams' big players because he's smaller and he's a little more athletic. So that's an advantage we try to use. Terrell John has been playing unbelievably as of late, and he's an undersized post player, but he's very quick, he has great feet, and he's a good finisher around the basket. So, we do have a little bit of a height advantage, but we try to use the advantages we have against them when they have height. Sharif's been playing well, Ty's been shooting the ball well, Miles has been getting to the basket, Nick Lafty's been having an incredible second half of the season, Allen, Kiwan, Kwan, all those guys have been doing really well, so...
Definitely. If you could give me one key to the game tonight, what would that be?
The biggest key tonight is for us to guard in the half court, to be able if we're going to do some doubling, to be there on time. If we're going to rotate on a drive, we need to be there on time. And that's really been our biggest focus this year, was our defensive fundamentals, our defensive philosophies, and the guys, like I said, are starting to get it, but we're still building on that.
David?
Unfortunately, Coach, this season we've had to adjust from a lot of losses, not just games, but also we've lost a couple of our big men to eligibility issues. And like any college program, that problem arises. Losing a Reynolds and a Marcus Hurd, how have you adjusted to that with your game plan?
Well, when you lose people, kind of, I'm a big follower of the pro game and the college game, and what a lot of coaches talk about is next man up mentality, and that's really what we've had to do, is tell our guys, we can't control what's happened. The guys that are with us now, they got to step up, and like I talked about, Terrell and Nick, they've stepped up. They've got more minutes now, and they've played extremely well, and that's really all we can do is play with the guys we have. And the guys that have done their job in the classroom and come to work every day, those are the guys that we're focused on, and Like I said, they're starting to bring it every game, and they're starting to understand our philosophies, come together as a team, and at the end of the day, that's all you can do. So.
I couldn't agree more. And one thing we've noticed here as of late that's really helped you guys with your success in a few recent wins is the way you're shooting at the free throw line. It's been fantastic. Lafty had a perfect game one night. Terrell also had a great game one night, scoring several of their points. I believe they both scored 20 that night, several of which were from the free throw line. Is drawing fouls become an important part of your offense?
Yeah, that's a strength that Terrell has. Is he's kind of got an unorthodox game, and he tends to draw quite a bit of fouls. And really, free throw shooting was not a strength of ours early on, and we started to focus on it a little bit more because we realized it as a weakness that we needed to work on it. We had some practices where we shot 20 plus, 30 plus free throws to make sure our guys get focused on that, and because it's a huge part of the game. A lot of games were won and lost at the free throw line, so we knew that that's something we needed to refocus on.
Absolutely, and like Logan mentioned, the height difference has become almost a week-in, week-out battle you guys have to face. And with shooting, with your speed, like you mentioned, do you feel that you can compete with these ranked teams that you've come so close to beating this year? It seems you get into that second half, and then just down the stretch, they start to get that little bit of edge that the height and the size gives them to pull away a little bit.
We go into every game thinking we're going to win. But realistically, we know that we're outmanned. Those programs have a lot more resources, and, they're just bigger schools that are more well-established. And we're getting there. We talked to our guys. I wouldn't trade our guys for anybody else's team. Our guys work hard. They believe in each other. They play hard for us. They come to practice every day and work hard. In order to compete, we believe that if our guys listen to our message, they play together, we do have a chance against those teams. And we played really well against Cardinal Stritch. We played really well against St. Xavier, and those games didn't come out in the way we wanted them to. But we were proud of our guys' effort and proud of the way they played. And if we continue to give that effort, we'll win games.
Absolutely. I had the opportunity to interview several of your players this year, and still currently am, and all of them seem to be buying into your system, and they believe that you're on the up and up, and this is the group and the coaching staff that will turn around the Purdue North Central basketball program.
Yeah, I have great confidence in our coaching staff. Like I said, I came here to coach with my dad, and obviously I love my dad, but I wouldn't have come here if I didn't believe in what he was doing and believe in how he was going about his business here and turning around the program. And I do think we have a great chance of getting this thing going and becoming a winning program consistently, which is really the name of the game. We're not doing it to have a winning season one time and have one magical season. We want to be year in and year out be a good team, and year in and year out win games and be somebody that can compete for the conference, compete for the NAIA tournament and things like that, and that's what our goals are. So
absolutely. Logan?
That being said, Coach Bush, what do you think the outlook is for the rest of the season here? We had a little bit of a slump in the middle of the season, and we're starting to make a small comeback here. What do you think we can do to gain some momentum to really pick up here at the end of the season?
We have a chance. We should compete and be able to compete to win every single game we have left. Roosevelt's a good team. We have Purdue Cal left on the schedule, and they're a good team. We play the Trinities. Those are quality teams. But we have the opportunity to win all of our games that are remaining. It's something we have to work towards. We got to continue to play good basketball and improve every single game. But that's what our goal is, to get into and to try to win every single game. And like I said, we have a chance if we go play the way we're supposed to play.
You and your father have set such a terrific foundation here for the basketball team. How do you think you can build onto that and add more success moving on into next season?
Well, it starts, getting on the road and recruiting. We're trying to bring in some quality big men, which, like we noted, is a lacking that we have. We don't have anybody over 6'5", really. So it's something we're out on the recruiting trails looking for. Try to bring in a big guy, which will help us tremendously. Trying to improve, every aspect. Our shooting has not been great, so we're trying to bring in guys that can make some shots. And at the same time, we're going to, in the summer, try to work out with our guys and try to get them into programs where they can improve themselves, get the guys to shoot a bunch of jumpers all summer, get some shooting workouts in, to lift, and all those things that are individual improvements. We have a young team. We only have one senior, Terrell, and the rest of the guys, we're looking for them to improve greatly coming in next season and return better than ever.
Yeah, I can see from talking to you here today and the heart of the team that you've already set a great precedent here, and I think we're going to be a great team for the rest of the season and moving on into next year. So I'd like to thank you, Coach Bush,
Thank you
for your time. For PNN Sports,
Thank you.
I am Logan Moore along with David Sokolowski, and once again, be sure to tune in tonight as PNC takes on the Roosevelt Lakers at the LaPorte Civic Auditorium at 7 p.m. Once again, thank you for PNN Sports.